Good morning, my beauties. And as you can tell, I am deathly sick. Take that back. Probably not deathly sick, but I am not feeling it today. Today, I just feel like a train literally ran me over and barely alive, barely breathing. So I thought it would be fun to see how much I can read while I am literally on my deathbed. First things first, I don't really have anything to read. Like, I finished the last letter for my book club, which completely destroyed me, that book. If you have not read The Last Letter, please go do that, because I don't think that I will ever be more broken over a book. And I'm going to stop talking about it, because I feel like the more I think about it, it's going to make me cry. And I'm not in the mood for that right now. I have no idea what to read or like what to get into right now. I feel like that's the hardest part. Like, I have so much that I need to read. It's not even funny. Literally my whole bookshelves. I have no idea what to read, but I want like something fast and quick and fun, and I don't know. So for right now, I'm thinking, since I'm sick, I need a little treat. So I thought we would go to Dunkin's and come back inside and just read all day. The way that I am now stuck in my car because it won't stop raining. This was such a bad decision on my part. If there was a day to DoorDash anything, it would have been today. Now I can't get out. I have no book, no nothing. I guess we just wait for the rain to stop. I completely spilled my entire Dunkin'. It was like up to here. To say I'm upset is not saying enough. My one thing, the thing that was supposed to be my treat from being sick, and it's gone. Today has not been a good day at all. So I thought I wanted something fast-paced to read, something quick, something easy, something that maybe I could finish in this day. So I was thinking sort of thriller-ish, but I think I'm going to read like a comfort read, which is Marked by PC Cass and Kristen Cass. This used to be my jam back in the day. When I was about like 15, I would read this over and over again, and I loved it and ate it up. So I'm going to try to read this and get back into the world. It's been a lot of years. I'm 26 now, so I feel like 10 years since I've read this, if not more. Excited to see if I still love it as much as I used to love it. This is page 2, you guys. 2. Best friend is already trying to be like, forgive your boyfriend for drinking too much last night. Why would you not forgive that? Give him a pass. You're going too hard on him. I'm so sorry, but that is not a girl's girl. That is not a girl's girl. And I can't stand for it. That's not a good best friend. Who says that? And then it's not even her boyfriend. It's her almost boyfriend. She's like, but if you would have stayed at the party, he wouldn't have gotten that drunk. Excuse me? Nope. Over here, in reality, we take accountability for our own actions. So frickin' lutely not. No. I rebuke it. Continue. Other than getting on my little rant. Y'all, my brain's not here today. Literally have to stop every 5 seconds because I have kids and can't just read consecutively. Yes I do. So I'm reading this, and something that made me laugh out loud. It's so funny. So in this world, they're literally vampires, and if you get marked, which is like a crescent on your forehead, you have to go to the house of night. If not, you die. You end up not turning into a vampire and you die. And there's these things called trackers, and this tracker goes to Zoe's school and marks her with obviously the mark. She goes home, tries to tell her mom, her step loser, as she likes to call it. I love, like, YA books when it comes to this, because they're so funny when it comes to like parents and stuff, or like comebacks. Like, I can hear myself saying something stupid like that when I was younger, and she's literally like confronting her stepdad and her mom, and she just comes out and the dad sees the mark on her forehead, like the crescent moon on her forehead, and he goes, "Get thee behind me, Satan." And then she sighs and she goes, "It's not Satan, it's just me." I think that's so hilarious. Like, I feel like that's something that I would say. Like, I hate that her stepdad and her mom are really, like, acting like she chose this. Like, she went up to the house at night and was like, "You know what? Today, I want to be a vampire." That is not at all what happened. Like, that was a random selection. Like, y'all need to calm down.
1 week later.
So it is a week later since I started filming this video, solely because I was so sick. I honestly think that I had the flu and I couldn't stay awake for the life of me to read. So I think I got only like 40 pages in before I was just like knocked out and completely fell asleep and rested for an entire week. So now I've made a little bit more progress. I think I'm about halfway mark, which is like 150 pages. If I'm the only one that this happens to. So when it comes to like books, I can see most of it like in my head as like a movie, or like not movies but like frames of movies. But when it comes to like accents and stuff, I can't. Like British accents, Scottish accents, any kind of accents might look exactly like their description, but their voice is gonna sound American because I can't process any other accent, except when it comes to like country accents. For some reason, because one of the girls in here is from Oklahoma, she has a real southern accent, and for her, like, her accent is spot on. Like, she speaks country and they're like, the accent's there. I just don't know how come I can't do it for everybody else, but for country I can. Don't ask me. It doesn't make sense to me either. But if someone knows, please let me know. Because I cannot. So I started listening to the audiobook while I was getting ready for work. And I knew I didn't like the best friend. The human best friend. I knew it. Also, that Aphrodite chick, which she's like the it girl at the House of Night. Pretty much like the most popular girl or whatever. We hate her too. Why do we have to hate on women? Like, why are you so jealous, girl? Like, your jealousy is showing, like, to the max. I think that's my only update, that I hate people. So I got Chick-fil-A because it's way too early and I was heading into work and I had some time, okay? I had just a little bit of time to sit down and eat, and I thought I would give you guys my update so far. I gotta say, I think I'm like 70% of the way through, and I feel like I'm barely like starting to not want to put it down. I feel like the audiobook is really good. I think it's only narrated by one person. It's mostly girls who are in this book, I feel like, so it doesn't like, I don't really feel the need for them to all have that big of a difference. I mean, she does change her voice or whatever, but I feel like I'm barely starting to get like that giddy feeling about it. I feel like before I was just like reading it and not really,
I was into it, but I wasn't vibing with it, if you know what I mean. But now, 70% through, I'm really like, things are starting to pop up. It's not just her moving into this house anymore and like getting settled. It's like shit's starting to go down. It's like love interests are starting to appear. One thing I love about YA books, which I don't 1,000% know if this is YA or not, because they have said like I don't want to say controversial things, but like they talked about like BJs and talked about somebody getting like abused at home by their stepdad. So I feel like those aren't really YA topics, but I could be wrong. Please let me know if I am. But one thing I love about like younger books, or like books that they're like 15, 16, and especially this book written in like the 2000s, is like there are jokes in there. I don't want to say banter because it's not banter between like a guy or something, but like banter between friends and like their friend group. The things they say are just so funny, or even like the things that she talks to herself about like in her conscience are hilarious. Like they make me giggle. Like, are they cheesy? 1,000%, but they're funny. They're funny. That's all I could say, because it is like I was literally just driving and like giggling to myself. Funny. But yeah, I think that's my update for right now. I think where I'm sitting at right now, which is a little disappointing, because I remember this book being so high up like in my mind, like this was the end all be all when I was younger. I feel like it's sitting at like a 3 right now. But we'll see, I guess, when this finishes. But I also, when I was younger, read most of the series. I don't think I ever finished it. But I think I read up until, at that time period, there wasn't a new book. And then she obviously continued. I think it's like a 12-book series. So, at the time, I think I had read like 5 books in total from this series, and I loved it, and I ate it up. And like I said, insert photo of me being legit insane and having a crescent moon on my forehead, because I just thought that was it for me. I was going to be marked, and I was going to go live at the House of Night. Yeah. To say I was delusional is not even cutting it. Like, me and delusion, we go hand in hand. I don't know how to live in the real world without delusion. But anyways, I'm going to eat, try to listen to a little bit more. I'll see y'all later, I guess. So I just finished this book, and let me give you my good thoughts first. It's nostalgic. I loved being back to the mindset that I was whenever I was 15, 16. However, I don't think these books are for me anymore. Like, I remember loving them so much, but I just think that now, especially since I've read more and I have other options, that I feel like it's something that is like middle grade and not really something that I'm like, oh, I love. Now, it could also be because this is the first book in the series, and usually that typically happens in series. The first book is not always the best, but I just found it lackluster, and I feel like it wasn't what I remembered. Like, I was such a die-hard fan for these, and I just feel like it's not at all what I remember. Like, nothing. Yes, I remembered some parts, but it's not like what I thought at all. But once again, like, I remember reading more of the series, so maybe like later on, like, I fall in love with it more, but I guess it's not living up to the hype that I gave it. I did rate this a 3. Did find the love interest in this like very insta-lovey. Like, usually I'm down with insta-love when it comes to like stalker romances and things like that. Like, I'm down for that. I'll fall in love in a second. I will. But this was like like, it came out of nowhere. Like, how? What? So much so that it gave me red flags. I was like, oh, he's playing with her. Oh, there's something behind that. And no. Or so far, we haven't seen that. I do see that it's interesting how, I guess what they're up against is kind of like venom. Like if y'all have read Fourth Wing, very much venom. Like not 100%, like, because we just got introduced to some horrible things that are happening in the House of Night, but very much venom like they have the red eyes, they're pale, they're dead. It was very interesting to see that it's very venom. I wonder if Rebecca Yarros has ever read this book. But yeah, and then I guess my last little note is, will I continue the series? I don't know if I should. If you guys have read the series, let me know. Tell me, should I complete it? Should I just finish it out? Was the first book just not what I remember? And maybe it gets better as we go through, but I feel like there wasn't a lot of like action and a lot of, I don't know, I just feel like I hyped myself up way too much for what this was. But then again, I was 15, 16, so I get it. But maybe I've just grown out of that. But yeah, I guess that's it for today's video. It's just me reading this one book. I guess that's it for me today. Bye!